Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another movie reaction. This week I've decided to react to Pi. Now, I heard about Pi when it first came out. I never watched the trailer, but I believe it's something along the lines of a man going insane studying mathematics. I'm no mathematical savant, so this film may make me look quite stupid in several ways. I mean, I know my basic math, I know my 1 plus 1, my 2 times 2. Shit, I could even go up to the 3s and 4s, do you know what I mean? Not even a stumble. No sweat. It's the 5s where I start to find it really difficult. But all joking aside, I'm looking forward to seeing this. I've heard it's quite abstract and weird, so it sounds right up my fucking street after all these David Lynch films I've been watching. But yeah, I really know nothing about this film, so I'm looking forward to it. I hope that it's good, and without further ado, this is Pi. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. I mean, I've heard this film's quite strange, but after Eraserhead, how strange can you really get? Elon Musk's bank account there. Clint Mansell did the score. I swear I know that name from something else. Did he do Requiem for a Dream? I didn't realise this was a black and white film.
My mother told me not to stare into the sun.
Good advice.
So once when I was 6 I did.
Bad call.
The doctors didn't know if my eyes would ever heal.
Well, for a mathematical genius, he was a bit of a dumb kid. It's a really weird choice of black and white. It's not like subdued black and white. It almost seems slightly overexposed.
Okay, 73 divided by 22.
3.31818.
Holy shit, this guy is good. Sums, a 10 out of 10. Looking directly into the fucking sun, 0 out of 10.
Everything around us can be represented and understood through numbers.
I kinda agree with his logic. It's a somewhat autistic way to approach life. There is a bit of humanity and chaos in amongst that, but the logic kinda rings true for the most part.
Within the stock market, there is a pattern as well. Right in front of me, hiding behind the numbers.
Is his plan in some way to exploit the stock market and become rich or something? Look at the amount of screens he's got. He looks like he's piloting the Nebuchadnezzar in the Matrix. Spying on the stair sweeper, as you do. He seems like an incredibly paranoid guy as well.
Your hair, you can't go out like that.
It's fine.
Don't worry.
It's fine.
He also seems like he suffers from a bit of anxiety, maybe.
Your samosas.
Thanks.
Don't forget the samosas, mate. They're fucking delicious.
Jewish. It's okay, I'm a Jew too.
I kinda guessed that by the hat.
You ever hear of Kabbalah?
No.
Jewish mysticism.
He doesn't want to hear about your dark magic. He's trying to fucking get rich off the stock market. I wonder what those pills are he's taking. That's a badass syringe gun. I've never seen one of them in real life. It's certainly got a very disorientating soundtrack similar to Eraserhead. He's got to be imagining this. Is this the sun coming back for revenge for him staring at it?
I am so anxious to meet you. It'll be worth it for both of us. How's 3 sound?
How'd you get my address?
This guy seems to live an incredibly lonely, paranoid existence, with all his genius. Wonder what he's studying there. Have no idea what that was.
Max.
Oh shit, it's Hector Salamanca! You better let him win, otherwise you will die. Those playing pieces look delicious.
Have you met the new fish my niece bought me? I named her Icarus, after you, my renegade pupil.
Nice to meet you, Icarus. Seems like many of the characters in this film have an issue with the sun.
How could he stop when he was so close to seeing pi for what it really is?
What does he think pi really is?
That there is a pattern, an ordered shape behind those numbers, when you were so close.
So yeah, this does seem to be what I thought it was about, like a guy driving himself insane studying mathematics.
Out tonight. I don't mind if they're cloudy or bright.
And yet he's still only the second weirdest guy on this bus. I wonder what the budget for this movie was. It seems like it could have been done on quite a low budget, but perhaps I'm mistaken and it's like a high budget thing under the guise of low budget. The camera work certainly looks kinda low budgety, in a good way.
So, what do you do?
Here comes Mr. Meyer again, looking to plague his mind with Kabbalah talk.
The ancient Jews used Hebrew as their numerical system, eh? Each letter's a number.
Oh, that's interesting, I never knew that.
Like mother, father, child. Yelad. It's 10, 30, and 4. 44.
I do not see the significance in that, but it is interesting they equate letters to numbers.
Fibonacci is an Italian mathematician in the 13th century.
Now, I did warn you guys, a lot of this math is going to go over my head. I apologise for my ignorance and lack of knowledge.
That's like that series you find in nature? Like the face of a sunflower?
Wherever the spirals.
It is nice to see him making a little friend though, aside from Hector Salamanca, the only friend anyone needs. I'm not going to be able to call him his character name in this movie, he is forever Hector Salamanca to me.
If you graph the numbers of any system, patterns emerge. Therefore, there are patterns everywhere in nature.
So does that mean the guy at the coffee shop has actually influenced his worldview in a single conversation? That's impressive. Or at least made him have a little epiphany. Random sex sound effects there. I suppose even mathematical geniuses get distracted by their dick from time to time.
Shit! Ah! God!
Did he break his computer?
Explanations for anomaly. Human error.
But surely under his worldview there is a sum that equates the probability of human error as well. If anything, to expand on his theory, there would be no one set sum, but within the chaotic nature of randomness, there would be almost like a chain of potential sums on any given moment. Back in the 90s, that was like the most impressive computer chip known to man. Always getting frustrated. No matter how frustrated you get, never glue your thumb to your finger, is a general rule I live by.
Kaffirgott suppositories, caffeine, acupuncture, marijuana, Percodan, Midrin, Tenormin, Sansert, homeopathics.
Is that the combination this guy's on? Jesus Christ. If he even farts in this room, Hector Salamanca is going to overdose.
Lost all my data. Hardware.
Your mainframe?
Burnt.
Ah, shit, so that's what that was.
It's a long string of digits.
How many?
He seems to think this is quite important information you just threw out there.
Have you met Archimedes? The one with the black spots, you see?
Nice, Archimedes. Even Icarus needs a friend. It's quite embarrassing I know the fish character names, but still don't know these guys' names.
Entering the tub, Archimedes notices the bathwater rise. Displacement.
Oh, is that really how Archimedes figured that out? That's like an apple falling on Newton's head level of eureka moment.
The point of the story is the wife. You listen to your wife, she will give you perspective.
I didn't get that from the story, but, you know, I trust his word. That was weird. At first I thought that was Kabbalah Man, but it seemed like a different dude. Also Jewish, due to the hat, but why was his hand bleeding? Not just the hat, it's the hat and suit combo. I don't know why that's the specific look of a Jewish person in America. It's like a cowboy going to a wedding. It's filmed in an incredibly guerrilla style, a lot of handheld camera shots, shaky camera. It's obviously to add a feeling of disorientation to the movie as well, but it works really well, and I'm not finding it jarring. It just sets a specific type of tone for the film we're watching.
Perfect timing. I was just waiting for you, but I thought you stood me up, so I was going to head home.
How the fuck did she recognise him straight off the subway? That's stalker levels. I don't know if this is anxiety or paranoia, but it clearly feels like everybody's watching him.
I just threw out something. I didn't realize I needed it.
Well, that's understandable, but you better put all that shit back in the bin when you finish.
You want to try the phone?
No, not right now.
I got a car right over here. Take 1 second. We can cruise right over to the shore.
You got a car?
Yeah, right over there.
If I was him, I'd be slightly freaked out as well.
We're not looking at the stock market. All right, go ahead, wrap that around your hand.
What in the fuck is this shit? They look like they're about to inject heroin.
Turns out they were correct. I got 2 picks on the nose. Smack on the nose, Saul.
That's impressive. Has he actually invested in this point, or is this like some grand plan for when he figures it all out, he will invest and exploit it to become rich? I don't even think becoming rich will satisfy this guy.
An extremely complex and chaotic universe. And that is the truth of our world.
Agreed. That's basically what I was saying earlier. Universal chaos is hard to equate, unless you can see every element in the universe moving, which one day we may be able to see. And then the prediction of the future will be 100% accurate, because we'll even be able to see distant meteorites which could affect things. But until that day, even if a machine is invented which predicts the future, every now and again it will be wrong due to the chaos which lurks outside of our galaxy.
You want to find the number 216 in the world, you will be able to find it everywhere. 216 steps from your street corner.
This is true. I used to know a guy who believed that the number 111 was following him. And he was like, look, I got this ticket the other day, it says 111. But when you start looking for the number, you find it way more often than you might think.
As soon as you discard scientific rigor, you're no longer a mathematician.
I liked his little speech there. He is correct.
Not interested in your money. I'm looking for a way to understand our world. I don't deal with petty materialists like you.
Says the guy trying to crack the stock market.
Just silicon. A Ming mecha chip.
Ming Mecha? They're not even declassified yet.
Oh shit, he's getting some sort of supercomputer. Offer accepted.
Mr. Cohen? Are you okay?
No.
Mr. Cohen? Sir, are you sick?
I wonder how this woman even found out about him. Was he like a mathematical genius in university and shit like that? Or how have they even figured out his existence? Because he seems to keep it quite low key. God, this guy at the subway really needs to put a bandage on his hand. I get the feeling this dude is a figment of his imagination though. I can see why some people have compared this to a Razorhead in some ways. This can't be real. It's not just going to be a guy standing at the subway with a bleeding arm. What the fuck? Okay, he is fully descending into madness now. Also, Clint Mansell, you sadist. What is this soundtrack? It's got to the point where I'm not sure what's real and what isn't. He doesn't strike me as the type of dude that would go to the beach to wash his face, but this may also be what is actually happening. Metal detecting. Now there's a dying game. I used to think the idea of metal detecting looked quite cool, but it's just like a bit weird to be the person walking about with one. But then every now and again you hear a news story about man finds Roman coins valued at blah blah blah, and you think, fuck, I should have been metal detecting that field. Oh, there's the Fibonacci sequence in the shell. Murderer. What is his fascination with hard drive glue?
Is everything all right?
Do you have any iodine?
Ooh, did you cut yourself?
No, I just need it to stain a slide.
This woman is beautiful. Why is he not accepting her friendship?
A potato?
No, just something from my computer. Thanks.
She seems so interested in him, and he just doesn't give a fuck. He's got some mathing to do. He doesn't have time for these hoes. No idea what studying this under a microscope will help him with his stock market sum, but you know, how am I to know this genius's train of thought pattern? Oh, open the door and get some pussy, would you?
Remember Da Vinci. Artist, inventor, sculptor, naturalist, Italy, 15th century.
The Vitruvian Man. Now this I know.
We found it everywhere in nature. The nautilus shell, ram's horns, whirlpools, tornadoes, our fingerprints, our DNA, and even our Milky Way.
That makes sense.
My mother told me not to stare into the sun. So once when I was 6, I did.
For a genius, he's a bit of a fucking idiot.
It's fair to say I'm stepping out on a limb. But I am on the edge.
Oh, you left the edge a long time ago, my friend.
First, I want you to call off the surveillance.
Done. Anything else?
Oh, so he was getting surveilled. That's fucking creepy.
216 number. What is it?
I don't know. If you can find it, maybe we can figure it out.
He is starting to get obsessed with this 216 thing. To be fair, he gets obsessed over every single thing, so that shouldn't be a surprise to me. Murderer. Oh, he's got his supercomputer now. What's funny is, we probably have chips 20 times more advanced in our modern computers than what that could do.
1830. Press return.
Well, at least his computer won't crash this time when he gets the big number. I don't know if he's imagining these sex noises, or his next door neighbour's just a bit of a nymph with a vibrator. Jesus Christ. It is not worth being this level of genius if this is the shit you have to deal with in between your genius discoveries. He seems like his entire life is painful. I wonder why they've chosen this slightly overexposed look to the whites. Is it just to add to the disorientation? Is that 216 digits? This film is definitely weird. Still not a patch on Eraserhead. Until you show me an alien baby, you need to step your fucking game up, Pie.
Who told you you could put all the locks on the door, Mr. Cohen? Do you hear me? You're out of here! I've had it with you.
Out for putting more locks on your door? That seems a bit extreme. I wonder if there's anybody living right now who has a similar existence to this guy. It just doesn't seem worth it. Even if you cracked the mathematical code to all life, where would you take it from there? It would probably just drive you further insane. Nice, I like it. Look at him jacking my haircut. Damn, this is upsetting. With his eyes and his shaved head, he is a goatee away from looking like me right now. Fuck you, movie. How come I'm not a math genius? Oh, decided to spare a life today, have you? Well, it's about time. You're like Ted Bundy to the ant world.
Just before the crash, they become aware of their own structure.
I'm not sure about that. For a computer to become self-aware would require an incredibly complex code, which a 90s computer just is not capable of. Nowadays, we are on the cusp of that. I believe there is actually AIs within Google that are, to a certain level, self-aware, which is a creepy thought.
You've retreated to your Go and your books and your goldfish.
Max, go home.
You're not satisfied.
Get out.
No game of Go today then. Fuck you, fuck Archimedes, and fuck Icarus. I would love to have seen how this read in script form as well. Must have been quite a mindfuck. Those pills are the only thing keeping this guy going right now.
Marcy. What's the matter?
Fucking hell, these guys are like the Men in Black.
Leave me alone!
Back! Come here! Back!
Damn, this camera work is so disorientating. Mostly in a good way. A few of the shots there though were just like, holy shit, vertigo inducing. You know you're having a bad day when you're choosing the same hiding place as a house cat.
Give us the rest of the code so we can set it right.
Irresponsible bastards! How could you be so stupid?
Come on, Max. You just don't get it.
Is he imagining this? Or are these guys this serious about his numbers?
Back! Come here! Back!
Lenny? Lenny!
Hey, Saved by Kabbalah man. This has just got so bizarre. I refuse to believe all these people are chasing him like this, but maybe they are. And what is the significance of the reoccurring brain imagining?
You're all right. I'm Rabbi Cohen.
You can tell he's the leader because his beard's the longest.
The Talmud tells us it began 2,000 years ago when the Romans destroyed the Second Temple.
No way the Romans knew about numbers like this.
It housed the Ark of the Tabernacle, which stored the original 10 Commandments which God gave to Moses.
It's pretty epic.
The high priest had one ritual to perform in the Holy of Holies. He had to intone a single word.
Is this factual? I have no idea.
The true name, which only the Kohanim knew, was 216 letters long.
So they believe the true name of God is this number he's discovered.
The high priest walked into the flames. He took the key to the top of the burning building. The heavens opened and received the key.
That priest was a thrill seeker.
We can use the key to unlock the door. We can show God that we are pure again. He will return.
You're not pure. How are you pure?
I would have never have thought there would be such a religious element in a mathematical based film.
Were you a friend?
What do you mean?
He had a second stroke.
Oh what? Hector's dead? Archimedes and Icarus are in mourning. Has he left him a note? Even the go board's forming that spiral now. This is about the 5th full-on meltdown he has had throughout this film. It's not even off-putting at this point. It's normal. It's what he does. He doesn't have sex, so this is how he unwinds. Well, there goes the supercomputer.
6.
Does he have this entire number memorised? His quest for knowledge has left him so traumatised. Oh, he might regret this, but also maybe this will set him free. Jesus Christ. Not the easiest way to take your own life. Did he just kill himself by drilling his own head? No way that was real.
Max, look!
Okay, it's not. I was gonna say, there are easier ways to do it, mate. Well, it's nice to see him smile. I swear that's the first time he has smiled this entire movie.
How about 748 divided by 238? I got it!
Is this him finally learning to just appreciate life a little bit? Okay, and that was Pi, and I'll be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, Pi, what did I think of that? First of all, I got to say, any film that's trying something unique needs to be applauded, and this was definitely trying something new and was showing something I hadn't seen before. The black and white was a good choice, and the handheld direction was also a good choice because it added to the surreal vibe that gave me a genuine feeling of vertigo in places and added to the confusion which he himself was feeling during the film. The acting performances were great. It wasn't that big a cast, but the main guy did a great job in his role. Hector Salamanca was great as his old mentor. The Jewish guy that showed up was good. Everybody in this film was basically a good actor. As for the actual plot, much like Eraserhead, I'm just finding it hard to wrap my head around. I'm more just in taking the entire movie as a surreal experience rather than trying to follow any sort of linear plot. I'm also curious as to whether or not people who understand math a bit better than me take something more away from this film than I did. Was there things I was missing which someone who had the knowledge of math would notice? I'm not sure. Some things seemed so surreal I wasn't sure if they were there or not. Not the obvious things like the brain or the man bleeding at the subway, but even the people offering him that super chip and then stalking him like the Men in Black, and then the Jewish people saving him like some Jewish Morpheus because they wanted the number. Even those elements I'm now questioning as to whether or not they were there. He was on so much medication and was so within his own mind and so paranoid and anxious, he could have been imagining more of this film than even I thought at first. But yes, a very unique and surreal film. I don't know if it's one I'll be revisiting in a hurry, but like I said, I just appreciate anything that's original and creative, and this was definitely that. And also they seemed to achieve quite a lot on what seemed like a limited or small budget. I'd be interested to know what the budget for this film was, but I imagine it was relatively small in comparison to other movies being made at the time. I may be wrong on that, and that might just be the aesthetic they were going for, but if not, it's quite impressive to achieve a full feature-length movie on a small budget. And yeah, just big ups for the uniqueness and creativeness of it. I've never seen anything like this shit before, that is for sure. And I can completely see why it's compared to Eraserhead in many ways due to its tone, surrealism, jumping between images at certain points, but it definitely wasn't a rip-off of Eraserhead in any way and was certainly telling its own story as well. But like I said, at the end of the day, this film is just such a mind-bending experience. It's one of those ones I'm happy I saw, but I will probably not watch again. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.